Welcome back to the cryptowrld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and this is a very important Ethereum chart to pay attention to, and I'll be talking about that later in this video. But first, let's take a quick look at the 12-hour Ethereum chart, and right now, all three of these indicators are still pointing in the bullish direction, which means we're still clearly in this bullish trend. And if you watched my last Ethereum update video that I posted yesterday on the channel, I mentioned in that video that the 12-hour Ethereum RSI is sitting in overbought territories, so we could be due for a bit of a short-term cool-off, which means either a slight pullback in the Ethereum price or sideways consolidation. And so far over the past one day, we have seen a very small pullback with a bit of sideways price action. But obviously, if you're comparing the Ethereum price to the Bitcoin price, Bitcoin has been more affected by this short-term cool-off than Ethereum, because obviously with Ethereum, it's barely been affected. And that is due to the Bitcoin dominance having another drop, which I'll be talking about later in this video. But it is still important to mention that the 12-hour Ethereum RSI is technically still sitting in overbought territories. But while we're on the 12-hour Ethereum chart, we still have this technical price target at around $4,000 per Ethereum. But in order for this uptrend to remain healthy, ideally we need to see a bit more of a short-term cool-off, whether that is right now or perhaps in another couple days, because if the price of Ethereum continues in this somewhat non-stop uptrend, that will just continue to push the RSI further into overbought territories. And in that scenario, when it eventually comes time for a short-term cool-off, the cool-off could turn into a larger correction if Ethereum is too overbought, because we might not have seen any corrections along the way. So that is exactly why it is important to see some short-term cool-offs during the middle of an uptrend in order to keep that uptrend healthy and last longer. And if we zoom out to the daily Ethereum chart, taking a look at some Fibonacci levels, we've still got the golden pocket level of resistance coming into play at around 3,500 to 3.6k. And at the time of recording this video, the price of Ethereum is getting very close to the golden pockets. So definitely keep that range of resistance in mind moving forward. And as I mentioned yesterday on the channel, this bullish move in the price of Ethereum that we've seen over the past 2 weeks strongly reminds me of the bullish move that we saw in Ethereum late July and early August last year. And during that time in the market last year, there was a lot of people that were very surprised at all of this bullish price action that came straight after seeing a lot of bearish price action. And for those of you that were actually in the market back then, you would know exactly what I'm talking about, because the daily Ethereum RSI started to enter into overbought territories back when the price of Ethereum was at around 2,500 to 2.6k. But then after that point right there, we saw one red day, so a slight pullback in the price of Ethereum, and then Ethereum continued pumping to the upside up until around 3.3k. So from the point that the daily Ethereum RSI entered into overbought territories, the price of Ethereum still pumped another 27% to the upside, nearly a 30% gain, even after we started entering into overbought territories on the daily Ethereum RSI. And so because of a possible scenario like that repeating, which is kind of what we're seeing at the moment, I've been mentioning to those of you that might be waiting for a pullback in order to enter into Ethereum that that strategy can actually be a risky strategy if you're constantly waiting for a pullback and we might not actually see a major pullback. So this is not financial advice, but let's just say if I personally wanted to enter into Ethereum, I would simply be dollar cost averaging into the market, because at least if I accumulated some Ethereum right now, I could continue making profits off that Ethereum as we pump here. But even if we do end up playing out a bit of a pullback, then in a scenario like that, I could accumulate more Ethereum at cheaper prices, because of course I didn't go all in. But that is just one strategy that I have used in the past to lower my risk. And once again, that is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'll do in a situation like that where I might have not accumulated at these lows. But obviously, if you've been watching the channel over the past 2 months, you would know that I've been telling you that I'm accumulating a lot of Ethereum at these lows right here. And of course, one of the biggest reasons why I have been accumulating a lot of Ethereum over the past 2 months at these lows is due to the 3-day Ethereum chart looking very bullish here, and this is still the case. We are gaining bullish momentum in the 3-day MACD, and the 3-day Ethereum RSI still has quite a lot of room to the upside before we enter into overbought territories. But if I'm going to talk about all of the bullish signals on the chart, of course, if I spot an important bearish signal, I need to let you know about it. And that is the case on the 3-day Ethereum chart. If you're looking in the 3-day Ethereum RSI, we are currently approaching a massive descending line of resistance that has been forming ever since the beginning of last year. And apart from this first high that we saw in the 3-day Ethereum RSI at the beginning of 2021, every single time after that where the 3-day Ethereum RSI has contacted this line of resistance, if you're looking at the price of Ethereum during those same time periods, that is basically when Ethereum is topping out and getting ready for another bearish move. So this will be a very important line of resistance in the 3-day Ethereum RSI to break above, because like I said, if we get a rejection from that level, then it is entirely highly possible that we could play out a bit more of a bearish scenario here. But if you're looking at the overall bullish signals versus the overall bearish signals, technically speaking, the bullish signals at the moment do outweigh the bearish signals, but this is still something to be aware of. And now giving you a quick update on the Bitcoin dominance chart, which today is having another dip, which is finally beginning to play out that short-term bear flag that I've been talking about over the past few days. And if I zoom into the 4-hour time frame for the Bitcoin dominance, you can see this bear flag more clearly. And taking a look at the price target for this bear flag, that will be coming in at around 41.7% Bitcoin dominance. So looking back on the daily time frame, that could result in another dip in the Bitcoin dominance moving forward, which would be bullish for the altcoin market compared to Bitcoin. So basically, as the Bitcoin dominance is trending to the downside, it simply makes more sense for me to be a little bit heavier in altcoins compared to Bitcoin. And for those of you following me over on my Twitter, you'll know that I'm currently accumulating more Ethereum than Bitcoin, simply because the Bitcoin dominance is going to the downside, which means Ethereum is more likely to outperform Bitcoin. And that is especially the case as the Ethereum merge is coming up within the next few months or so, which I have also talked about over on my Twitter. So if you haven't followed me over on my Twitter already, make sure you're doing that for extra content like this throughout the day completely for free. And the link to my Twitter is in the description down below and also in the pinned comment. But anyway, if you got anything of value out of this video, please make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And before we click off, if you want to know how to make more money in crypto, whether or not prices are going up or down, then these two videos popping up right here on your screen are definitely for you to watch. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.